breaking news is about Jama Masjid sexist diktat. Women accompanied by men can enter Jama Masjid. The women cannot enter the mosque without a man accompanying her. Jama Masjid prohibits the entry of solitary women. The signboards outside Jama Masjid have now triggered a widespread outrage. Activists are up in arms against the sexist diktat. So the sexist diktat coming in from Jama Masjid that women cannot enter the masjid alone. They have to be accompanied by a man, and women accompanied by men can only enter the masjid and cannot enter without a man accompanying the woman. The Jama Masjid has prohibited the entry of solitary women. Signboards outside the masjid have triggered outrage now. There are activists now who are up in arms against this diktat, which is very obviously sexist in nature. We'll get you some more reactions and our reporters to join you to get you more on this story in moments from now. But there are protests that are taking place on the back of this sexist diktat. And we're flashing that visual on your screens as well, where the poster has been put out outside the masjid with this sexist diktat that says women cannot enter a mosque alone. They have to be accompanied by a man to be able to give in access to the mosque. Zina Shaukat Ali is a Muslim activist. She's now joining us on the phone line. Ma'am, what do you think of this sexist diktat coming in from Jama Masjid? Why is it that women cannot enter the mosque alone and have to do it with a man? What do you think of it?
I think it's really a very sad state of affairs that we are supposed to be in the old days of the Prophet, and there are several traditions to support what I am telling you. Is that women went to the mosques very easily. They used to go even for early morning prayers. And, you know, there is evidence that, you know, they used to pray at the back because they used to bring their small babies. And when they used to cry, you know, it was easy for them to say the farz, you know, the obligatory prayer and leave. So, you see, there are dozens, and all over the world today, including in Saudi Arabia, women enter the mosque. You see, there is a section for men and section for women where they go and pray. And in places like Malaysia, Indonesia, you know, the Maghribi block of countries all over the world today, women are entering the mosque. So on what basis are they talking about, women not entering the mosque? That's point number one. Point number two, are they casting aspirations against men when women come there to pray? That's not true. Because when people go to a mosque to pray, the complete focus is on your prayer and not on who's coming and whether this is a female or whether this is a male. You can have a separate section for them to pray, and that's fine. But the whole point is that, this kind of an approach and attitude is totally unwarranted. And
would you like some answers coming in from the management of Jama Masjid and for them to take back this particular diktat that they've put out?
I think that this kind of a diktat has to be ignored, because in the secular democracy, first of all, and women have been fighting for years, for women to get entry into mosques. And even in the Juma Masjid today in Bombay, women can go and pray. So what is this? Every day there is a new kind of a diktat coming up, which is completely unwarranted and has no roots in Islam.
No, absolutely. Zina Shaukat Ali, thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast with that quick reaction right there. Amit Bhardwaj is also joining us. Amit, you heard a woman's activist as well. She's a Muslim activist and she is opposing this entire diktat that is coming. And it's a bizarre diktat, to say the least. How does the Jama Masjid management explain this diktat?
Well, absolutely right, Chaiti. There are, not only the Delhi Commission for Women as well as Muslim women activists who are coming up in arms against this diktat, which has been issued by the Jama Masjid management. And in its defense, what we are learning is that Jama Masjid management is saying that, many of times what they have observed is that people come inside the mosque and either they are couples or they come in groups and make reels or are involved in frivolous activities inside the mosque premises, and that is why they were trying to curtail these activities which were happening inside the mosque complex, and that is why they came up with this particular diktat. Now, the question that remains in place, Shaiti, is that if somebody was coming into the mosque complex and making reels or making social media posts there, it could be done by people from either of the gender. Why stop only women from entering the mosque, and why put a diktat that women can enter Jama Masjid only when they are accompanied by their male family members or male, husband or partners. So this is something bizarre, and especially it's being opposed by not only by Women Commission, for instance, BCW, but also women activists, and they are questioning the entire logic and premise behind it. And along with that, Chaiti, what we are also seeing is that organizations such as Vishwa Hindu Parishad have also jumped into the controversy, and they are asking that, on one side there are people within the Muslim community of this sort who
All right,
defend
Amit.
triple talaq,